Trying to recall your earliest memories is like grasping at smoke, your mental fingers passing through the moment as if trying to hold hands with a ghost. Try as I might to conjure some of my first memories, they often feel like dreams, an imagined version of hospital ceilings, tender smiles, and busy bodies pushing tubes and ventilators into my tiny body. For Amelie, her first memories are just as surreal, though she's absorbing the world's wonders in ways that bring about many questions about her mental prowess. You see, Amelie, born in a vegetative state, thinks she's a god, observing the actions of her Belgian family while living in Kobe, Japan. Rather than behave like an ordinary child, Amelie sits patiently, unmoving and inexpressive, until the day of her second birthday, when an earthquake shakes loose her infinite potential. Directed by Mailys Vallade and Liane-Cho, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, is a visually spellbinding and emotionally charged adaptation of Amélie Nothomb's novel, The Character of Rain. The film follows Amelie through the first 3 years of her extraordinary life, while living with her family and caregiver, Nishio-san, in Kobe, Japan. As an enigmatic child, it's impossible to tell whether Amelie is advanced beyond her years or genuinely possesses godlike abilities. Evidence suggests it's the latter, but as the story seamlessly blends fantasy with reality, it's difficult to tell. Amelie is unlike other children. After the earthquake, she's impossible to console. She cries constantly and is rejective of her family. The situation becomes so stressful for Amelie's parents that her father, Patrick, hires a nanny, Nishio-san, at the suggestion of the landlady, Kashima-san, a witch-like figure who's resentful of her tenant's Belgian roots. Nishio-san arrives at the house alongside the family's grandmother, Cloud. When Cloud feeds Amelie a piece of Belgian white chocolate, her feral nature calms, revealing a sweet and inquisitive girl who, miraculously, can speak in complete sentences at the age of 2.5. As events unfold, Little Amelie, or the Character of Rain, becomes a story of a young girl's exploration of her world. Like any other child of her age, Amelie sees everything, but doesn't understand her experiences. Luckily, she has Nishio-san to help guide her. Amelie and Nishio-san form an unbreakable bond, with Amelie hanging to every word and lesson from her nanny. Nishio-san's level of involvement in shaping Amelie's personality would be concerning if the directors didn't take care to show Amelie's affection for her blood-related family, except for her brother Andre. It's a delicate balance that Vallade and Han walk well, giving you the impression that, although Nishio-san is Amelie's world, the young girl still loves her family and values their contributions to her upbringing. Regarding the film's overall look and animation, Little Amelie, or the Character of Rain, feels like a living, breathing children's novel come to life on screen. The film's color palette is mesmerizing, with a mix of pastels, pale neons, and almost crayon-like artwork that brings Amelie's surroundings into focus. I found myself relaxed while gazing at the film's colors and nearly lulled myself to sleep, positive, whenever it began to rain, like cinematic ASMR. A lot can happen in 3 years, and Amelie certainly goes through significant life changes during her journey. In addition to marveling at the world around her, Amelie experiences profound loss on several occasions throughout the film. Because of her inquisitive nature and almost supernatural ability to comprehend life events, the sudden absence of influential figures in her life profoundly affects her. These emotional moments hit me hard. I find that, as I get older, I'm more sentimental than I used to be, and I'm prone to welling up if the content is well presented. By my count, I teared up twice and actually felt a few tears fall from my eyes near the film's end. I wouldn't say I was emotionally devastated, but I definitely felt the film's effects for a few hours after the credits rolled. At the risk of spoiling the film's emotional twists and pivotal character-building moments, I'm choosing to leave out much of what makes Little Amelie, or the Character of Rain, special in my review. Suffice it to say, the film is a beautiful depiction of life, loss, and forgiveness. There's a plot element involving the witch-like landlady, Kashima-san, and Nishio-san, that adds a complex layer of drama as Kashima-san disapproves of Nishio-san's love for Amelie, given the little girl's Belgian roots and her ancestors' involvement in an attack that killed families in Japan during a war. It's the type of plotline that takes you from hating a character to feeling sympathy for the crabby, almost vengeful older woman. It's difficult to gauge the magnitude of someone else's pain, and the film does a fantastic job of making you feel Kashima-san and Nishio-san's profound loss in a short span. With superb, compelling voice performances by the cast, a look that will keep your eyes pleasantly busy for the film's duration, and multiple emotional and existential threads to tug on, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, is an animated indie darling more than worthy of its Oscar nomination and deluge of praise. It's a heavy-handed family film that younger viewers could tune out of, but older audiences will no doubt bask in its heady observations about early memory, the profound effects of change, and the forging of deep emotional connections with people who have the patience to teach us about the finer things in life. I'll be giving Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, a strong 8 out of 10 for its dazzling visual displays, heart-wrenching emotional hooks, and unique look at evolving beyond our earlier years with wonder and a thirst for understanding.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.